Hey, everybody. Sorry. Apologies for where you ended up. I mean, look, the days are getting dreary and short, and things are dark and sad quite a bit. But that's no reason for you to just hang out here in the infinite regression, the place of all the world's sorrows. Hey, look, it's the weekend. And we got that thing. And guess who I've got here with me? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I've got Brother Stanley. That's right, Brother Stanley. He works such magic. He's worked magic in my life, and he's going to work magic with these words. Brother Stanley, if you just step... Ooh, almost fell over. Brother Stanley, why do you smell like cheap gin? Why are you so woozy? You know what, Stan? Oh, I know you don't like it when I call you Stan, but I don't care anymore, Stan, because I can see right through you. You are drunk as a skunk. I see how it is. Oh, you trick old Rem into joining your little sober club and pretend that it's a whole thing. But really, you're all sipping hooch behind my back, laughing at me. Is that what this is? How many of you were in on this? Huh? Clarissa? No, you're drunk right now. You're definitely not in on it. Hey, how many? Huh? How many of you are laughing at old Rem, calling this guy brother? Huh? Braxton, that sounds like about your speed, given how you've been lately. Yeah, no, I'm talking about it, Braxton. I do not care anymore. Braxton, you have been putting all of your writing responsibility on my shoulders. Yeah, that's right. Last couple of episodes, a lot of, hey, Rem, figure it out on the fly kind of nonsense. That's not good for anybody. Nobody enjoys that kind of bullcrap when I'm shooting from the hip. Nobody likes it. It never works out well, does it, Braxton? You gotta have scripted comedy. You gotta write it out. That's what makes it funny. That's where the ha-ha comes from. Oh, yeah, you and your degrees. You don't tell me where the ha-ha comes from. I tell you. And Ian. Ian. It's not enough that you were taking advantage of the woman that I very narrowly missed marrying. And I thank the one and only true God I did not marry you, Clarissa. You are a piece of work. Oh, shut up, Stan. I know she doesn't hear me when she's like this. Ian, I know you're probably going to take her home tonight and make motorboat noises with every motorboatable part of her entire body, which is quite a lot, to be honest. But hey, she is a woman. She was almost a Pemberton, a Clemson Pemberton at that. So you respect her with all the respect that is due someone that I nearly drunkenly married. Yeah, that's right. And promote the freaking show for once. Get off your duff and tell somebody. Oh, this guy. You know who's really not doing anything? You taken any meetings lately, Chaz? You done any good for the show? Anything that we can show the people? To tell them that you actually do anything around here? Executive produce. This freaking guy, that's just a paycheck and a name is all that is. Paycheck and a name. You get a title credit, and you get a big old sack of money. And you don't have to do a damn thing as far as I can tell. Anyway, this guy, oh, Clarissa, my God. No, Ian, back away. Wait for the show to be over before you go vulturing over Clarissa. Oh, my God. You know what, Kaysen, I'm putting you in charge. No, actually, thought the better of it. Aiden, you're a real douche canoe, but you probably wouldn't take advantage of Clarissa, would you? No, I don't know. I don't care anymore. You people are the worst. You're the literal worst. And now we have to do a weekend type fun, a solstice spectacular, a show that's supposed to be more special than any show that we do all year long. The people wait all year to tune in for this one. How was last year's? A disaster. How's this one going so far? Not so great. 2 years ago, we didn't even do one. Well, I'm telling you right now, you people better ship up and shape out and whatever. Stan, say your bit. Weekend Type Fun Volume 30. You see that? You see what I'm talking about? This guy, 3 sheets to the wind. No good for anybody. With your host, Rem Pemberton of the Clemson Pembertons. A name that means less and less the more I use it, I tell you what. Oh, come, all ye Rem Pembertons, play the theme song, Rem. Play it for all the kids in Botswana who don't know about Emmylou Harris yet. You know, there are kids in Botswana who don't know the good word of Emmylou Harris. They don't even know the good songs of Emmylou Harris, which is all of them. If only there were some sort of celebrity benefit that we could do to help all the poor children of the world to know all about Emmylou Harris. Well, a portion of tonight's proceeds will be sent directly to Botswana. Whoever picks up money at the airport, that's where we're sending it. And hopefully it'll help them to hear about Emmylou Harris. Anyway, so thank you for donating, ladies and gentlemen. Your hearts are big as your wallets. Anyway, this week's episode. Wait a minute, I didn't play the theme song. Dingus. This is getting to be a real problem of me forgetting to play theme songs when I'm supposed to play theme songs. You know what I'm saying? It's a real issue.
This has always been the theme song. This has always been the theme. This has always been the theme song. This has always been the theme. Cha.
Ah, the holiday cha. It carries so much weight, the holiday cha. You know, you hear the cha all year long and you think, boy, that's a special sound that I wait for at the end of the theme song, which has always been the theme song and has never had any variations whatsoever, at least as long as I've known it. You hear that cha and you think, oh, everything's going to be all right. It's the only thing in the world that matters. And then that special time of year comes around, solstice. And you hear that solstice cha and you're like, all is right with the world and God is in her heaven. That's right. This week's episode, a cavalcade of formerly pagan solstice rituals which have been recontextualized to fit into our hegemonic religious system, and because we recontextualized them so long ago, nobody remembers that they're actually pagan. Or a festival of holiday-type fun. Oh, God, why'd you put Winter Bear on there? That's terrifying. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you're all in for a very special treat tonight. You know, last year with our solstice episode, we tried to get some real, actual, bona fide celebrities, stars, if you will, of stage, screen, and song, and we got nobody. We didn't even get Frank Stallone. And we asked for Frank Stallone. We couldn't get anybody. Well, this year, I am pleased to tell you that we have actual, real, bona fide stars that you have heard of, that you have seen on actual network television. No, you might have seen them. You might have seen them on cable channels too, but you've seen them on the big networks. That's what's really important. Bona fide stars that everybody knows. No, seriously, you're going to want to stay tuned in because you never know who's going to drop in during our special solstice episodes. Speaking of which, it is with great pride that I introduce our first special guest. It is none other than the multi-Grammy Award-winning artist and man with the golden voice, here to sing his holiday hit. Wait, where's he going? Wait, what now? It's Michael Bublé performing White Solstice. Where is he? He was right here. He was waiting on the side of the stage to come out for the audience to see, and then for them to applaud and cheer and go nuts and be really excited for Mr. Michael Bublé, the guy here in the picture. I've seen people go crazy for the... A what? A what Aiken? A Clay Aiken. I don't know what that is. Oh, he's a gay one. Okay. Back it up. Hold up. So you're telling me that we had Mr. Michael Bublé in the flesh here in the studio, and someone, looking at you, Braxton, put a picture of this Clay Aiken in there, and that as soon as he saw that it was Clay Aiken, he walked. He went straight for his limo, and he is gone. Not in the studio, not coming back. That's what you're telling me, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you're not disappointed that our first big star has chosen not to perform. We still have many others. I'm looking at them right now. They are lined up side stage in order that they will come out. They're all still here. They're, still very much with us. Thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up. They all gave me a semi-enthusiastic thumbs up. That's it's good to know. So I guess we're not going to hear Mr. Michael Bublé performing White. Wait, what's that now? The Out of Tuners. You want me to introduce the Out of Tuners singing the song that international superstar Michael Bublé was going to sing. Our Out of Tuners, the guys who mangle our theme song every freaking time. No, I know the cha is good. I've got nothing against the cha. I'm talking about the rest of it. You want me to introduce them to sing this song. Okay, I guess it's one of those nights. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, those of you with ears might want to cover them because we cannot stop what's about to happen. We are about to hear our very own Out of Tuners singing White Solstice.
I am dreaming of a white solstice, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and the children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I am dreaming of a white solstice, with every solstice card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your solstices be white.
Cha. Well, at least there's the cha, right, ladies and gentlemen? The cha will get us by. The rest of it, not so much. Thanks, out of tuners. Come by in a pinch, I guess. Anyway, interstitial number 1. This will be great, ladies and gentlemen. This is a variety show tonight. Here's some variety. It's the story of the first solstice of the one and only true God. The year was 1947. Of course, the Earth had existed for 4.5 billion years before this date, so the year was really probably closer to 4,500,000,000,000 and 1,947, but we're not here to account for the age of the Earth. Science is better for questions like that. We're here to talk about faith. And faith isn't necessarily worth anything. I mean, you can have faith in a perfectly flawed proposition that actively makes the world a worse place, and it isn't made a better proposition simply because it is taken on faith and not on certain knowledge based in physical evidence. But I digress. 1947 was 2 years after the big war. Our boys had come home and planted big old smooches on random nurses in Times Square. And then later they went back up to the nurse's place where they shared one incredible night. And then they didn't hear from them for 2 years. 2 freaking years. And then out of nowhere they show up with this kid you don't even know. One such soldier was Walter Rutland Harris, and one such nurse was Eugenia Harris. They shared one night of passion, which turned into a life of passion shared together. But after their first night, Eugenia began to glow like a streetlight after you've had a bit too much to drink and your eyes can't quite figure out where that light is coming from. And lo, Eugenia brought forth and conceived a girl child who was as beautiful as day, and she called her name as the universe demanded, Emmylou. And Emmylou waxed beautiful and strong in the ways of guitar, songwriting, and harmony. She waitressed for a while in New York City before marrying songwriter Tom Slocum. But lo, her star was too bright for Tom to understand, and he was writ out of the picture early on. Don't worry about Tom. He also went on to date Lily Tomlin, which shows how well he did with insanely talented women in the 60s and 70s. The man did okay. Shed not a tear for him. In 1972 and 1973, Emmylou Harris was introduced to the immortal Graham Parsons. She collaborated with Parsons in beautiful duets and recorded on both of his solo albums, which basically invented and codified the concept of country rock as a genre of music. Emmylou, and indeed the world, would never be the same. In September of 1973, Graham Parsons died of an accidental overdose of drugs and alcohol. His body was burned somewhere out in Joshua Tree National Forest. There's actually a funny story about how that even happened. I'll try to tell the brief version. Actually, it's a funny thing. You won't believe this. No, it's actually true. So Graham Parsons and his manager would often go out into Joshua Tree National Forest, and Graham had like a spiritual connection to that place. I think they used to go out there and get high. Anyway, don't quote me on that. But anyway, so Graham had this spiritual connection to Joshua Tree, and he told his manager, hey, when I die, I want to be cremated here in Joshua Tree National Forest. Well, his parents didn't know about this, and so when Graham Parsons actually died, his body was all set to be shipped back home, which I believe was Ohio. Anyway, and he was going to be buried there somewhere in his family's hometown, which is not what he wanted. And so his manager stole the body and hired a hippie who was driving around in a hearse to transport the body, and he told the hippie it was an empty coffin, did not tell him there was a body inside. And they were transporting the body illegally across state lines, and they transported it all the way to Joshua Tree, where they started burning the body, only to very quickly have the police and the family of Graham Parsons show up, where the manager explained that this is what Graham had always wanted, and because he was already on fire, they burn up. Now, the funny thing is that at the time, there was no law against transporting a dead body across state lines. There is now, as a result of this having happened. And so, yeah, the hippie and Graham Parsons' manager were only charged with the theft of the coffin. And that's the only thing that they had, because that was an item of value, and a dead body is only of, value to the family. It's only of sentimental value, no monetary value on a dead body. And so, yeah, they just got charged for stealing a coffin, and they got like a, month sentence, which may have been commuted or turned into community service or something. Anyway, regardless, yeah, I don't know all the details, but I can tell you the Graham Parsons body was stolen and taken to Joshua Tree, where it was cremated. There is a movie about it starring Johnny Knoxville. So yeah, if you want to see a, not great movie based on a crazy series of events, there you go. On her 1975 album, Pieces of the Sky, Emmylou Harris recorded Boulder to Birmingham, a gorgeous tribute to her friend and mentor, Graham Parsons. It was in this year that she transcended mortality itself and was rendered a god, the one and only true God. At that time, she created the past, present, and future of the universe. That's right. You heard me. She created everything in 1975, past, present, and future. Even encapsulating in this act of divine creation the events of her own life, which hadn't happened yet, were happening, and had already happened at the time in which she transcended this mortal plane and became a being unknowable to mere mortals such as you and I. Our God is a perfect God. I mean, look at what she looked like in 1973. Are you kidding me? Hell, this is what she looks like now. You definitely would have then. I mean, don't tell me you wouldn't have. You would have. Given the opportunity, you kidding me? And you definitely still would now. I mean, God, you should be so lucky. Any of us should be so lucky. And thanks to the omnitemporal nature of our God, you will, are now, and will again in the future. You don't get that from Daddy the Kid or Spooky Man, do you? The Daddy the Kid, the Spooky Man. That's what they say in that church, right? So, remember, to believe in the one and only true God and not that Yahweh fellow. He won't give you eternal, will he? I don't think he even can. He doesn't have a body of parts or passions. Anyway, it was shortly after Boulder to Birmingham that Winter Bear happened, and so in the solstice season of 1975, our God set forth the omnitemporal decree that solstice has been, is being, and will be celebrated forevermore. And that's the absolutely true story of the first solstice. It's as true as any solstice story you've ever heard. Fact. And now, I am delighted to introduce our next big star. Thumb up. Thumb up. Yeah, she's going to come out here in just a second. She's going to blow your minds, ladies and gentlemen. She is a multi-Grammy award-winning artist whose holiday hit has sold more than any other solstice song in the history of reappropriating pagan solstice rituals in an attempt to promote religious hegemony over the masses. Here to sing her holiday hit, which has been drilled into your brain so much you've started to wonder if you're actually losing your grip on reality, it's Ms. Mariah Carey performing All I Want for Solstice Is You. Take it away, Mariah. Mariah? Where'd she go? What's a J-Lo? Is that like a JPEG? You telling me this picture is like a JPEG? It's a J-Lo? Oh, she's a singer. She sings songs. Okay. But she's not a Mariah Carey. Oh. Braxton, you really put your foot in it this time. Oh, man. I don't know if you know this, Braxton. But Ms. Whitney Houston. No, which one did we have? Mariah Carey? That's right. Mariah Carey, the one that we just had, right here, right now, Ms. Pop Diva herself, Ms. Singer of the Songer, Ms. Make It a Music So Good. Ms. Mariah Carey was here in this studio just seconds ago. Seconds ago. And she was going to sing that song that people love so much. All I Want for Solstice Is You. People hear it so much. It's like, oh my God, I can't get away from this song. But why do I love it so much? She was going to sing it for us. No, she had like a sparkly microphone that she brought in herself. It was kind of magical. No, I heard her. I heard her singing it. Yeah, because, we were doing, sound checks earlier. Yeah, that's right. We were running some sound checks, and boy, she sounded great. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know what you're missing out on. I mean, I got to hear the sound check, and, I'm sure she was pulling her punches a little bit, for a sound check. Not belting it out the way she would have in front of you folks. But I'm telling you, even pulling punches, she really brought something special. Anyway, I'm so sorry that you don't get to blame Braxton. Let's just all blame Braxton. You get the opportunity, just give Braxton a little kick in the nuts on your way out tonight. Let him know that you wanted to see Mariah Carey. I wanted to see Mariah Carey. Anyway. What, Chaz? What? The out-of-tuners again. I don't know if America will stand for that, but let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, performing the song that Mariah Carey was going to sing, The Out-of-Tuners. I don't want a lot for solstice.
He doesn't want a lot.
There is just one thing I need.
He needs one thing.
I don't care about the presents underneath a Saturnalia tree.
He doesn't care.
I just want you for my own, more than you could ever possibly hope to know.
He hopes you know.
All I want for Saturnalia is you.
He just wants you.
Bum
bum bum bum.
I don't want a lot for solstice. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Saturnalia tree. I don't need to hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. Winter Bear won't make me happy with a toy on Solstice Day. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true, hoo, hoo. All I want for solstice is you.
Okay. That's not nothing, I guess. I mean, it's debatable as to whether or not nothing would have been better, but well, you take what you can get sometimes, and beggars can't be choosers. But you know what? Hey, we've still got some stars here. Many fine stars. Thumbs up, yeah? Thumbs up. Yes. Don't worry. The stars we have remaining, they won't be deterred by anything that Braxton has done, and they are here. They are ready to perform. We will get to see them. It's going to be great. You're going to have to trust me on this. This is going to be a solstice to remember. In the meantime, here's another interstitial. This one's good one for the kids, you know. Good for the kids. Promised you a nice holiday spectacular, a solstice festival of sorts, and told you that it was going to be, you know, fun for the whole family. Well, this one's good for the kids. Good for kids of all ages. If you're a child at heart, you get to learn the story of Winter Bear. So just curl up around the television or the screen or the whatever you do, the gas pump, however you're watching this. I don't know how it works. But yeah, gather round, and old Rem's going to tell you the story of the Winter Bear, and a stern warning relating thereunto, which you'd be wise to heed. Winter Bear you already know, for he has been haunting your ever-waking nightmare of an existence ever since you were old enough to conceptualize your own sentience. Winter Bear was sent by the ultimate evil in the universe, who are the Black-Eyed Peas. For a time Winter Bear dwelt in the mountains, unaware of man, and all was safe. But very much like the emergence of the Black-Eyed Peas themselves, Winter Bear eventually came forth, cursing us all with his presence. He has been known throughout the ages by many names. Winterbaron, Tavelkarhu, Fuyukama, Viterbjorn. Thank you, you dingus, for interrupting my show. Viterbjorn, Zima Medved, Kampfkunstbar. But regardless of the name by which he is known, the story is the same. Winter Bear came down from the mountain and saw the solstice celebrations of man. In finding them beautiful, Winter Bear decreed that all must celebrate solstice forevermore. His threat is still carved into the very stone of the mountain from whence he descended. Whoso doth not celebrate the time of solstice with song, gifts, and drunken revels shall be hewn in twain by my mighty claws, and have his entrails thrown to the branches of the highest tree. But lo, our God, who is a mighty and a just, sent forth her own decree. He or she, or however you identify, because I'm cool with all y'all, that celebrates the sacred time of solstice with song, gifts, and drunken revels, shall have my godly protection, and furthermore shall have a damn fine time. And so we celebrate solstice to this day, partially from fear of having our entrails tossed into the highest tree, but also partially because our God is super awesome and is not only a divinely talented singer and songwriter, but also a kind and good deity as well. A stern warning. Don't be one of those assholes who won't celebrate solstice just because you don't believe in it. We don't want you to get disemboweled by Winter Bear, and furthermore, we want to have a good time with you. So get drunk, sing a drunken song, and share a solstice gift with us, or we will literally throw you to the friggin' bears. And now, I can't believe we got him. You put together a dream list, and you don't expect it to come true. Well, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, dreams do come true. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is an American institution. You have known him for very many years, and I am proud to call him my good friend. It's the one and only pride of New Jersey himself. It's America's favorite son, Mr. Bruce Springsteen, here to sing Winter Bear is Coming to Town. Take it away, Bruce. Bruce? Brucey boy, come on. We're buddies. We go way back. What? Chaz, why is no one holding on to the guests? This isn't even... Look, I'm friends with Bruce Springsteen. Who's this? Braxton, who's this? John Cougar Mellencamp? Oh my God, Braxton. You should know better. A Cougar Mellencamp and a Springsteen cannot occupy the same physical space without potentially ending the universe. They can't. They can't be in the same zip code at the same time. You nearly doomed us all. Braxton, we're going to have a long talking to after this one, I tell you what. Let me guess, Chaz. Let me guess. The friggin' out of tuners have a version of this song too, and they'd be more than happy to sing it for us, right? Oh, I bet. I bet they do. Anyway, let's give it to the out of tuners, I guess.
You better watch out. You had better not cry. You better not pout, I'm telling you, you might die. Winter Bear is coming to town. He's making a list, he's checking it twice. He's gonna find out whose neck he's gonna slice. Winter Bear is coming to town. He knows when you are sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, but he acts like you're bad anyway. You better watch out. You had better not cry. You'd better not pout. I'm telling you, you might die. Winter Bear is coming to town.
Cha. Okay, another celebrity gone, another cha. Another question about whether or not I used the pause button right, and whether or not you just heard Winter Bear is coming to town twice. You know, it's a real shame the way the show is turning out. We had actual stars here for you, ladies and gentlemen. Actual stars. Remember, we had Mr. Bublé. We did not have a Mr. Aiken. We had a Ms. Carey, Mariah Carey. We did not have whatever a J-Lo is, and we did have a Mr. Bruce Springsteen. We did not have a Mr. Mellencamp, and thank goodness. I'll say that. Thank goodness. I prefer the Springsteen. Anyway, well, yeah, let's keep trudging along, I guess. Thank you, Out of Tuners, and see where it goes from here. Interstitial number 3. Oh, this is a good one, ladies and gentlemen. People love this one. They always want to know, what do I buy my loved ones for solstice? Because as we all know, when we appropriated some pagan solstice rituals, one of the solstice rituals we appropriated was the giving of gifts. And so now that we are celebrating our solstice for the one and only true God, who is Emmylou Harris, as we have discussed, you know, when we're preparing to give our gifts, we are looking for just the perfect solstice gift for the perfect person. And so I've got a list of several amazing gifts, things that, boy, if you don't buy them for someone on your shopping list this year, you'll probably buy them for yourself. So here we go. It's Hot Gifts this year. Hot Gifts 2021. Here it is. Men's tights. Fellas, are you tired of wearing tights that don't accentuate your sweet package? Well, Lawful Corp has you covered in more ways than one. With our new pouch tight, all eyes will be on your package this year. Guaranteed. There's no one who won't stare at you when you're wearing these. The boyfriend pillow. Ladies, are you all alone this holiday season because your man got a new set of tights and now he's laying pipe like a plumber in a new housing development? Get yourself Lawful Corp's new boyfriend pillow and you won't sleep alone. Better yet, get a bunch and be some sort of reverse Mormon. She looks like a reverse Mormon. Randy Dog Thumb Drive. Do your dog hump your leg, but that's what it says, Braxton. You know, proofreading goes a long way. Teaching this guy how to do his job in the middle of the show, Chaz. I'm getting tired of it. As tired as I'm getting of turning to you, Mr. Executive Producer, and see you smooching your 23-year-old daughter's best friend, who is now somehow your fourth wife and daughter's friend, mommy. I really resent what you've done to that poor girl, Chaz. Well, here we go. Let's try this again. Braxton, I do not forgive you for your typos. Does your dog hump your leg but not your laptop? We here at Lawful Corp know the frustration. Now you can finally own a dog that will hump your laptop every time you plug him in. The Randy Dog Thumb Drive. Get yours today wherever fine gifts are sold. The outdoor bubble. Do you want to go outside without, actually having to deal with the filth of the actual outside? Lawful Corp's new outdoor bubble is the perfect solution for you. As long as you remember to make air holes, you can enjoy countless hours of outdoor time with a safe plastic roof over your head. The fluffy phone holder. Are you constantly dropping your phone on your face like some sort of moron? The fluffy phone holder from Lawful Corp will solve your stupid problem. Just mount your unwieldy device to your big dumb body, and now you can look at your phone without dropping it on your face. Problem solved, as you see here. The salmon steak pillow. Do you ever wish you could sleep on a giant salmon steak, but you're afraid of the smell and also the fact that it's a giant, wet, cold slab of meat? Try Lawful Corp's new salmon steak pillow. It's all of the salmon look with none of the muss or fuss. Belt shirt and panty pants. Does your shirt hide too much of your boobs and your pants hide too much of your panties? With Lawful Corp's new belt shirt and panty pants, you can show off everything nobody asked to see. Pair them with our shirtless sleeves, and you'll be ashamed to your family in no time. Spider rings. Have you ever not had a massive spider crawling through your ear holes? We all know the embarrassment, don't we? Well, now we at Lawful Corp have invented spider rings. You can horrify everyone, including yourself, by making it look like a giant spider is crawling through one of your head holes. Just look at that woman. She's horrified herself. As it should be. As it should be. Blow it out your ass. Have your children ever seen a plastic man blow bubbles out of his ass? They haven't. What kind of a parent are you? Protect yourself from the CPS. We absolutely will make... from the CPS call. I believe that's what it's supposed to be, Braxton. The call to Child Protective Services we absolutely will make by buying Blow It Out Your Ass, new from Lawful Corp for Solstice 2021. You know, these are almost funny, Braxton. It's just a shame that your shoddy work with your multiple typos is killing this bit. Fake tongue. Hey, weirdo, have you been streaming your ahigao? How do you even pronounce that, Braxton? I literally have no idea. No, I don't know. I don't know. The only reason I know what this is because of students who have referenced it, and I was like, what? The what now? Stick out your tongue and roll your eyes? That doesn't sound very sexy. Anyway, have you been streaming your ahigao face to nobody because your actual tongue is too short? Lengthen that mouth monster to epic proportions using Lawful Corp's new fake tongue. This bad mamma-jamma looks 100% real, and it will add 5 centimeters to your pathetic little tongue. Order now. Rectal exam simulator. Don't we all wish we were on the doctor's end of the rectal exam sometimes? Well, now you can be with the exciting new rectal exam sim from Lawful Corp. Poke that hole and get a feel. Rope and rickety stool. Holidays got you down? Well, get a leg up by using our patented rope and rickety stool set, which has been a staple of holiday alone time since that time you found your Uncle Morty swinging from a rafter in the garage. Be sure to attach to a secure point. Light fixtures won't work unless they're rated for ceiling fans. And let gravity do the hard work. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please prepare yourselves. This whole time I've been promising celebrities, and I just want to deliver one celebrity. I just want one celebrity to get up there and do a celebrity thing so that people know that we actually brought celebrities to do celebrity things. Okay, this man's golden tones have been moving hearts and selling records since he was 10 years old. Please welcome that star of song, stage, and screen, the incomparable modern jazz master, the one, the only, Harry Connick Jr., here to perform Andy Williams' classic, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Wait, what now? No, Bublé is a beverage. It's a delicious sparkling water beverage. I have a Bublé right here. Look at this. This is mango passion fruit Bublé. It's what's lubricating my vocal cords right now. No, this is a Bublé in the picture? No, it's supposed to be Harry Connick Jr. Braxton, did you do it again? You pissed off absolutely every single one of our guest singers. They were going to sing beautiful songs, Braxton. Chaz, let me guess, out of tuners, right? Out of tuners. Out of tune me this.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the rec room at the community center. Hey, I'd like to shout one out. I'd like to shout one out to MC Hammer.
You want to shout one out to MC Hammer?
Yeah, MC Hammer. Shout one out to MC Hammer. It's his birthday. Shout one out to MC Hammer on his birthday.
But isn't MC Hammer a little irrelevant?
You don't think he's irrelevant, do you, ladies and gentlemen who have gathered here tonight at the Community Rec Center?
There's like no one here. My mom didn't even show up.
Hey, shut up, Tyler. You're such a pessimist. Hey, I'm going to shout one out to MC Hammer on his birthday, and then I'm going to count it in for this sweet song that we're going to perform. 5, 6, 3, 2, okay, just sing now.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with those gay happy meetings and sexy nude greetings when we meet at the pier. It's the most gay-friendly time of the year. It's the ass-slappiest time of the year, with those assless chaps showing and tingly bits glowing like frat boys with beer. It's the man's manliest time of the year. There'll be butts for the chewing and wanting and doing, and some guy named Jose with blow. There'll be twings for the chasing and bears for the taking, for Harry time out in the snow. It's the most wonderful time of the year, with those gay happy meetings and sexy nude greetings when we meet at the pier. It's the most gay-friendly time of the year.
Cha.
Well, there's one more cha, I guess. And, So, I'm guessing, heard the crickets at the end. It's from your guys' live album, right? Live from the Community Rec Center. Yeah, boy, that was a concert to forget. Not very good, out of tuners, is what I'm telling you. I regret having been there in the crowd. Yeah, all hour and a half of it. Oh, boy. Tell me you didn't press 3 sides of vinyl for that. You did? Huh. What a waste of money that is. Anyway, my apologies to Harry Connick Jr. And to all of our celebrities. It looks like we're at interstitial number 4. An all-new network solstice movies. That's right. Every solstice, the networks come out with these fantastic solstice-themed movies, And you're going to want to watch these delightful holiday-themed films with the ones you love most. Just snuggle up, the two of you, under one blanket, a little hot chocolate, and just enjoy some holiday cheer. Here we go. Unlike Billy Joel, we totally started the fire. A couple of mismatched yet attractive millennials play fast and loose with the number of strands of lights you can chain together and cook up a lot more than an unlikely holiday romance. This movie is dedicated to the late Stan Churl, the key grip who died battling the onset flame. Yeah, they actually did lose a life in this one, and you'd think they would have named it something else, but this is what they went with. I guess it really doesn't matter with these, made-for-TV type movies. People are going to watch it anyway. You idiot, we could have done this inside. A fundamentally sensible man finds himself in a relationship with an Instagram queen. Can he suffer through her constant gramming long enough to actually get anything worthwhile out of this relationship? Watch and find out. I have my doubts. Look at that. Completely posed picture. Taking him out in the middle of the cold just to take a snapshot with mistletoe. Most people do mistletoe on the inside of their houses. I tell you, these Instagram kids. The final stages of hypothermia feel a lot like falling in love. A chilling reminder, pun intended, that you might not be falling in love with a cute girl from the apartment across the way. You might have actually gone ice fishing and not noticed the heater ran out of fuel 2 hours ago. Check the fuel, Ted. Solstice is for incest. They're siblings. They know they shouldn't. But what do you do when the things you've been told are wrong feel so absolutely right? Don't let the kids stay up and watch this one with you. In fact, don't let your significant other watch this with you either. This is late night solo shame fare. Even moderately attractive people need love. She has a double chin and is a real ugly crier. He has splotchy skin and a big old butt chin. They're both okay. They're not unattractive. They clean up pretty well. They smell nice. They're both the kind of people you aren't particularly attracted to at first, but they grow on you over time. Anyway, they need love too. A stripper for solstice. I don't think I need to explain this. It's pretty much exactly what you think it is. Insert ho 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 joke here. Yeah, it's about the size of it, Braxton. Winter Bear 4 Out for Blood. Part 4 of our popular public service campaign. We've been getting the word out about Winter Bear for years now. He's very real and absolutely unforgiving. Teach your children the true meaning of solstice with this very important film. Celebrate with song, gifts, and drunken revels, or Winter Bear will come for you. Solstice is no time for secrets. Oh, honey. There's a reason no girl thought to snatch him up by now. Yes, they know what a catch he is, but they also know which team he's playing for. This solstice, Greg has a beard, but it's not on his face. Can Allison figure it out before wasting the remaining years of her 20s chasing something that ain't gonna happen? Find out in Solstice is No Time for Secrets. Ian's weird-ass lonely solstice. Wow. Ian, I didn't realize you were in our lineup tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that is an accurate picture of Ian, and the vibe is 100% correct. That is unsettling, Ian. Anyway, talking to cats, making weird casseroles that only a very, very drunk and very, very lonely man would ever eat, updating the old suicide note, and drinking bourbon with egg yolk in it because the 7-Eleven wasn't selling eggnog. This solstice movie is chillingly accurate. A Handmade Solstice. Greg just wants to spend time with Susan, but she wants to spend all their money down at the craft store to buy pallet wood and realistic rocks to make her down-home holiday crafts that she really could have made with things from around the house. Will their relationship survive her compulsive crafting? Probably not. A Nobody Asked for This Solstice. Look, I didn't want this. You see what's happening here? The 3 kids, young guy, significantly older lady, dressed at a naughty Mrs. Claus kind of deal. Look at how low that neckline plunges. I mean, nobody asked for this. Do you mean to tell me that actual adults sat in a room and decided that this should be a thing, and then they spent actual money to hire people to really make this abomination a reality? Okay, who are they, and how do I arrange to kick them to death with golf shoes? And now, from our family to yours, we wish you a Merry Solstice. Play the song, Rem. Oh, you know I'm going to play that song. Calm down, everyone. It's just lyrics. And so, from our family to yours,
we wish you a Merry Solstice. We wish you a Happy Solstice. We wish you a sweet solstice. We hope you escape from the bear. He'll chew off your face as well as your ass. We wish you a sweet solstice, so please escape from the bear. We all want our weight in beer. We all want our weight in gold coins. We all want our weight in someone nice weighs less than we do. So please find him, or my parents will make you marry Steve, who's a nice guy, although we don't burn for him the way we wanted to burn for our future spouse. And the fact that we don't burn for Steve is just evidence that he's good enough for right now, but he's never going to be a long-term option. Oh, don't give me that look, mother. And also escape from the bear.
Cha. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another weekend type fun in the books. Thank you. This episode is our solstice gift to you. It shows how we really feel about you. May you and yours have a cheerful solstice, because Winter Bear will be on you like juggalos on a sale at Walmart. No, seriously, juggalos basically live at Walmart. Go to your nearest Walmart parking lot, and no matter the time, day or night, I guarantee there's a car with a juggalo sticker parked there right now. Check if you want, but I know I'm right. No closure. The end. This program was made possible by the Igneous and Gertrudina Buttcomer Foundation and by viewers like you. Promotional considerations provided by Ralph Morgan's Extra Strangly Snakes, the Lonely Ass Librarians Guild, Grandpappy True Reel's Foul-Smelling Balms and Gruels, and the one and only True God. This program was directed and performed by Rem Pemberton. Can you believe it's the break, Rem? I honestly still can't. Written by Braxton White Guy. He's having a good time right now. Boy, is he. Theme song and others by the Out of Tuners. Yeah, you boys really stepped up tonight, and kind of wish you didn't need to. A presentation of Non-Sober Badger Productions, a subsidiary of the large, boring-sounding corporation with surprisingly questionable business practices, Lawful Asset Holdings Incorporated. a branch of the intentionally vague corporation whose purpose may never be known. The Blaine Group. And communism. Not dead yet, suckers. This week's lucky listener getaway giveaway goes to Cyrano Cy Picarilli. Wait, Cy the guy with the eye sty who tried to fly with the sty in his eye and got caught by the FBI for his try to apply for asylum in Dubai? That guy? Well, I hope Dubai has flights to scenic downtown. You're heading to scenic downtown Nampa, Idaho. Good job putting the transition right there. Just, Braxton. It's like you knew what was in the preceding slide, and then you knew what was in this slide, and you made them go together seamlessly. Also, this just in, local man invents sarcasm. Anyway, scenic downtown Nampa, Idaho, where you'll stay at the fabulous Roadway Inn and Suites and dine at the lovely Hong Kong restaurant. Always trust Chinese food from Idaho. If I've learned one thing in this world, it's that if it's Chinese food, you're going to want to go to Idaho to get it. Best of luck evading the FBI, Cy. It's over. Avert your eyes. Oh, God, this is terrible. Oh, sorry. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we made it. We made it through another episode. Congratulations. Sorry that you got to come back to the infinite regression and be reminded that life is full of sorrow and disappointment. Or perhaps you felt sorrow and disappointment during the full episode. I don't know you. I don't know what you're like. I don't know what you get in for. Anyway, regardless, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you and yours have a lovely solstice and whatever solstice traditions you might keep. That's your own freaking business, but like have good solstice times. All right, people, that's it for this one. We will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.